Sabotage, this is Jeff.
This is David.
We are playing Asura's Wrath. See if I can turn the volume up so I can hear a little bit there. There's not a lot of sound at the moment.
Is this actual gameplay?
Yeah, a little bit. You just move to the left until the cutscene starts. You shall recall, we're alive again after having died and been away for 12,000 years.
And being blamed for the apocalypse.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
of all things.
being set up as like the great Satan, really. that all of the noble, virtuous gods banished to the underworld.
What are they saying or speaking? What language?
It sounds like Japanese. I would assume it's just Japanese.
Okay.
If someone out there actually speaks Japanese, maybe they'll say, "Oh, it's just something that's like a mishmash of Japanese and other things." I don't know. Maybe it's that. Either way, it's not subtitled. There's no options for that. Also, it doesn't really matter because it's scared villagers. I get it. You don't have to know what they're saying to know what they're saying.
Exactly. All right, that's kind of funny.
Hey, there's actual gameplay in this episode too. How about that?
I don't believe you. All right,
Liam O'Brien. He has thrown off his disguise.
Yes. And now it's time to just play beat 'em up.
Yes, indeed. So I
I'm
recorded
just seeing your angry face.
I recorded this a few times, and this is where I decided that I'm not going to get S ranks. I got an S rank on this during like the practice sessions eventually.
Yeah.
So and it only counts. It doesn't matter as long as you get it at one time. It's not like you have to go all the way through. Yeah, because you replay missions, whatever.
Right.
So I replayed it, to do the actual recording, and didn't get an S rank, and then I ended up like scrapping the recording. But upon reflection, I was like, well, actually, it seemed entertaining. So I was like, all right, I'll try and do these sort of lame strategies that you need to do in order to get enough battle points for your S rank. And that's only using Y attacks, basically. Y attacks and launchers and air combos. Mm-hmm. So like regular ground attacks basically do not help you at all.
The Septentrion. It has a face!
Indeed.
And now it's the aircraft from Final Fantasy 12.
Yep, it's a little Bahamut. It's also got a little bit of what is Carbuncle from Final Fantasy 13.
Right.
So, you have returned.
The one thing that I could say positively about Final Fantasy 13 is it looked real pretty. And Carbuncle was a really weird design.
Impure demigod Asura! We shall send you back to the shadows of death, along with the Goma!
I thought he was about to pull a sword out of his axe.
Well, that wouldn't be that unusual. So I recorded this again, and I still didn't get an A, or I didn't get an S rank. I still got an A rank because I was trying to focus on battle points, and then ended up not being fast enough. So I was like, all right, I'm done. I will do it so it's entertaining. I'll get the S. If it's an S rank, great. If not, then I'll just get it off screen because you still need them in order to get like the true ending and whatnot, or one of the true endings, I suppose.
And true ending. That was probably supposed to look more impressive, except you slammed him right into a building.
There we go.
There
also,
it is.
I learned, I think that was on, actually maybe it is on this one. I learned that your burst can miss. So like when you burst, you run towards them. Mm-hmm. And if you run towards them for like 5 seconds without hitting them, it like takes 15% off the burst meter and you have to go again. I was like, I learned something today.
That's weird.
It's interesting. I thought burst was just kind of auto cutscene button.
Apparently
Alas.
it can miss.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, is it
All ships,
Fat dude?
prepare for purification.
Yes, it is in fact Wyzen.
Huh?
His little stubby little legs.
Purify!
Look, I don't know if you're prepared for the amount of hand acting that's going to go on shortly. Because I assure you, you're not prepared for it. Also, I'm just going to put it out there. A little bit of tongue
What
acting.
a lucky turn to find the traitor here.
Point it out. I'll judge
Oh, you'll
that.
see it.
I'll
You'll
see
see
it.
it. You'll see it. Oh, that was mistimed. This guy's not so hard because when he runs at you or tries to body slam you, you do get a Y prompt. So there's not a penalty for hitting it early. So as soon as he's in the area, you can kind of spam it. Although that is a great phase. Angry drunken kick. Dunk.
I think Asura's faces during those are what I'm going to take away from this. He's got so many good angry faces.
He's definitely got some. Yeah, he's got some good face acting going on. That is for sure. So yeah, this is the reason that I ended up not getting the S rank. I tried to like farm Y prompts out of this guy, and it just ended up taking too long.
Yeah.
Because you can go into unlimited mode like I'm in right now, and you get infinite Y prompts until you burn out.
Right.
And those give you apparently a lot of points, the combo system.
Right.
It's like I'm doing right now. But it just ends up taking too long. So
And not being fun to watch.
yeah, and also not fun to watch at all, because you just go, harumph.
Oh, hi.
Also, that guy was totally in the air. The camera is a little wonky. There might be an option to switch the handling of the camera, make it a little bit quicker. Because it was definitely a little sluggish when I was playing this. That doesn't really matter for the viewing experience, but I like to try and, when I'm recording, a fight or whatever, I do want to have like the enemies and important bits sort of framed properly,
Right.
so it looks better instead
Right.
of just fighting up against a wall.
Because this is a professional production. Right?
It is. There's the burst that didn't work.
That you missed.
He was over there, guy. He's over there. I don't know if he.
All right,
now for reals. All right, that's much more successful that time.
Yay. And he looks up. Or no, an even bigger one comes up and eats him.
Yep. It's like, have you seen anime before, or
Yep.
just
Yeah, you know what?
dramatic situations?
And all the villagers say, oh. Oh, what?
Their souls are being sucked in.
That's not what I was expecting. That's probably easier to animate than bodies, though.
It's also probably more plot relevant, I assume. You gotta call out your attacks. It is an anime.
Yes. Oh, you don't get them. I get them.
Yeah. He didn't, return them. He just took them for himself. I feel like that might be important.
No soul shall fall into the hands of the Goma.
And acting.
And it's gone.
What Lord Deus spoke of was true. It has been a while, traitor.
Asura is unimpressed. This episode of Asura's Wrath is brought to you by Baccano. That'll be the anime recommendation for today. What is Baccano? Baccano, it's Italian word?
It's an Italian
word for nonsense, I think.
I thought it was a loud noise, brouhaha, that kind of
Maybe
thing.
like a brouhaha. I thought it meant nonsense. I guess I could.
It could be. I apparently am really bad with languages, so
Yes. Let us see. Baccano is just Italian.
Baccano is an interesting anime.
According to Wikipedia, it is Italian for racket or ruckus.
Aha! I was closer.
Indeed. So Baccano with a bang on the end. There's an exclamation.
Yes, because it's Baccano.
Is a very strange anime.
Yes.
It is, first of all, it's told out of chronological sequence. So think like the movie Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
So I think it's only like 13 episodes, right?
Yeah,
it's short. So it's short. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It is extremely bizarre. It's got good music. It takes place in the 40s for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a little bit of, moving around the timeline, kind of.
Yeah.
And it mainly features a group of immortal gangsters from the 40s. And like all of the different characters' storylines all converge in this great sort of train heist / something. There's an incident on the train. And the incident and how it comes about and how it ends up is sort of the main plot. And, you go back and forth in time trying to figure out where people were beforehand and afterwards. And it's generally speaking very light.
Yes.
And then there's an episode in the middle
that made me stop watching.
It is so dark.
It's just
like grim, dark, violent, like sadistic torture towards children dark, that was very uncomfortable. I was not prepared for that. I was like, please, sir, let me off the ride. I don't want this.
That would be the last episode I watched.
Yes,
but up until that point,
yes,
I liked it a lot.
Yes, it is, and it remains very good until the end, the bizarre conclusion where everything comes together. You also get the backstory about why the things in the world are going on in a particular episode, which I'm pretty sure was after the low point there. Now,
yeah, I don't know why anything was happening.
I say it's generally light, but that's just because two of the sort of characters of the cast of like a dozen or 2 dozen, they're sort of just like idiots.
Yes, like
idiot robbers. So like they're kind of dumb, and their sort of pratfalls and things work into the story. Like they'll like accidentally run into one of the other characters, preventing them from being like chased from another character. But you don't see that until like a different episode. So you might think that it's, like a light comedy. It's got good music, sort of period stuff as well. And, but it should be noted, this anime is incredibly violent. So
yes,
you should know that going in. It is incredibly violent. And in the middle, it's a little bit sadistic. So just put it out there. It is nonetheless highly recommended because it is so bizarre.
I'm just going to say,
backstory is great.
Hobo knife fight.
Hobo knife fight. If you didn't know what a solipsist was beforehand, you can find out what it is by watching the show.
Yes.
I was one of the people that was like, no, of course. Look, I read dictionary.com. I know what a solipsist is. Come on. What do you take me for? Some sort of fool.
Oh. You read dictionary.com.
Look, word of the day. It's an important part of the day.
So what's the word of today?
Word of today? I don't know. Let's see what the word of the day is. We can learn a new word right now. We're going to do it. Let's do it.
Maybe it's one we both already know.
Word of the day. It has been disappointing of late because a lot of the words of the day are common words, which is sad. Let's see if this one... A quick hatch, which is another name for a Wolverine. Wow, that's disappointing.
Your hobbies are dumb.
No. Dictionary.com's word of the day is dumb. That's what's dumb. Signet. We'll go back one day. A signet, which is CYGNET.
Don't tell me.
Okay, all right. See if you can get it.
That is a baby swan?
Yes, it is in fact a baby swan.
Woo!
There you go. Bam.
See, I don't need any fancy words. I just need to know Greek and Latin roots.
What's that sound? That's the sound of 1 point going in David's language column, which brings your total up to 1 point. Keep reaching for the stars. And we're back. Hope you enjoyed whatever it is I talked about, because I don't know yet.
We'll figure it out when we get there.
We'll figure it out later.
Hey, we get to hear the building moving sound again when he moves his arm.
Exactly.
You actually thought you would be foolish enough to come back.
Who are you?
Do not tell me you have forgotten everything. How could you forget the great Wyzen?
Wisen.
Asura remains unimpressed.
Open your eyes!
And acting.
Kneel before one of the 7
Stop your little foot!
The 7 deities.
He's taken the solid snake acting school,
The 8 guardian generals
Yeah.
who knew only war.
where he's like,
are no more.
wait. There's a little B button in the corner. It says, shut him up. It's the best part of the game. all of the bosses have monologues, and you do get an achievement the first time you just punch them
Your
out.
ears have become so sullied that you cannot even comprehend words of purity. Feel my wrath!
Why did they animate his tongue?
I would like to say that this fight makes up for the earlier one, which was boring, and that it is very one-sided. Really wish I had like a blink so we could get over to him faster. Punch him too far away.
You're beating the snot out of him too effectively. Was there a Y prompt for that one?
I don't think so.
He's
So,
got
I mean-
like one yell. It's great.
Yeah, it's not too complicated. It's the second phase where he does his little missiles, but you can just punch him away. He doesn't have that many attacks. Really, the only one that you could even get hit by is his wake-up attack, which is right when, he does a spin whenever he comes up. That one where he's flashed white, you can actually get a Y counter with.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. I would just like to point out that using the iframes of the burst to go through that attack, which is my favorite thing to do in Devil May Cry 4. Well, I guess he's dead. Because you know when you don't see a body
Yeah.
in any form of media, that means that they're dead and they won't come back.
Yep. Oh, no, wait.
Oh no.
Now he's a giant. Now, did they change his model, or is he just big?
Oh, he's definitely different. I mean, not too different. He's this is his Vajra form, if you will.
Scared, speechless.
How is he chewing the scenery even more than he was before?
The voice actor is now just like bending his chin into his throat so he gets extra low.
That's impressive.
Witness the power bestowed upon us by our priestess, your very daughter, Mithra!
Tongue acting.
Daughter. Mithra's power. What did you do? Tell me what you've done with her!
You will have to make me.
Oh, come on.
I know. This whole episode is just a prelude to the rather fantastic Wisen Vajra fight. Too bad. 4 minutes is apparently a B for time. Boo.
Boo.
You get that. That's just for getting one of the achievements.
Yeah.
It's just a list that shows you what achievements you got with like a splash screen. Not particularly thrilling.
That's not worth it. No. But I guess it's something.
It's something. Another interlude As usual, feel free to pause and read. My general strategy is keep it up there as long as it takes me to read it twice and then an extra second or two. That should be good enough for most people, I suppose. But there's also the wonderful pause button.
Yeah.
The gist of this one, in case you don't feel like reading words. Which,
I don't.
I understand. Like, I get it.
Hey, Fancy Pants!
Yeah, Fancy Pants McDay-oos. It's like, oh man, that dude is back. And you're like, well, I sent Wyzen to kill him. He'll be fine. He's totally dead now. There's no way that Asura could have beaten Wyzen because we're so much more powerful than we were. And August is the only one that challenges this.
Which one's August?
By laughing. August is the one with the sword that was your teacher.
Right, okay, crazy one.
Yeah. Well,
relative.
Specific kind of crazy one. He's the only one that he just laughs with his, his hearty belly laugh. There are no guarantees in battle. He's the only one genre savvy enough to realize that Asura is the main character. And he has already died and come back from death.
They started the show with that, so...
Yeah, pretty much killed him pretty early on, and he's already back, so...
Yeah.
You gotta step up your game. Not sure what's in the background there.
I love how stylized they are, like, in their actual 3D models. Mm-hmm. And then it's even more ridiculous in these portions.
Yeah, and also the different styles they have, since each episode's done by a different artist. So
right.
They all look, they all have their little quirks.
Right. Ridiculous arms.
Here's, if you're interested in Wyzen's full speech.
Throughout the world, we have become gods! And you are a fossil, Asura. Your power is nothing more than a vestige of the past. Defeating the great Wyzen is a dream within a dream! Enough, Jack!
I don't know why you wouldn't just punch him out. So.
I know. I don't know. I like to watch it just to see what their whole deal is, but it's so good to just punch them.
Especially because the prompt is labeled "Shut Wyzen up."
Shut Wyzen up. Exactly. So good.
It's Renegade Interrupt for a modern era.
Next time we will fight Vajra version of Wyzen, which is even more ridiculous. Like, that was not ridiculous. That episode was kind of like a standard beat 'em up with, you got your enemy, and then you had like a sub boss, and then a different mini boss, and then you had the boss. So
yeah, and the boss fight was really one-sided.
Yeah, it was real one-sided, as it should be.
Mm-hmm.
But not too complicated, and frankly, the little version of Wyzen a little boring. It's okay.
But he had hand and tongue acting.
Yes, there's hand and tongue acting. I will be ever so slightly sad when we obliterate him from existence. But hey, you know what? Haven't finished the story. There's always time for some sort of BS, time travel, or I don't know, memory fight, or there's ways.
Who made Asura's Wrath, whatever it is?
This is Capcom and CyberConnect.
Then there's going to be a boss rush. There's going to be a boss rush.
There
can't
would
not be
out
a
of
boss
character.
rush.
They wouldn't be out of character for them, no.
And it'll be like some ridiculous, like, super Vajra form Asura versus, like, all of their Vajra forms, except now they're tiny because Asura is the size of the sun or something. Uh-huh. It'll be like Katamari Damacy at that point.
Look, I don't want to spoil anything. But I think you'll enjoy the next episode.
Yay! I'll get to watch it in like 7 weeks. Oh no, wait, Darksiders 2 is done, so it won't be that long.
Darksiders done. No, there's Dark Souls ongoing, but yeah.
Those videos are shorter.
They are shorter. They take much longer to do, though. it requires like a lot more effort as far as like planning the route and then recording the route and then editing together like the different clips if there's like a certain attack that isn't shown off, or like, you know, an alternate strategy for like a high intelligence character or something like that. So that's editing. That's on me.
It's not Zexus, so yes.
Yes, there's Zexus too. So if you enjoyed this and what's going on, this is a Patreon Let's Play. In case you didn't notice, I mean, it is on the title there,
right?
Which means it is a Let's Play that we're producing for part of our Patreon campaign. What is a Patreon campaign, David?
Patreon campaign is where you say that you will give us so much money per month as a patron for a service that we are providing free of charge. It's essentially a way for us to hopefully eventually make enough money off of this without ad revenue that we won't have to have ad revenue. Also, we'll be able to dedicate more time to it. I'll parse words. Dedicate more time to it. Well, not like Jeff doesn't dedicate way more than he should to it. I'll dedicate a reasonable amount of time at some point, and make it an even split of work.
That was great, David. Great. Eloquent. His power to move the hearts of men.
I tried. I failed, but I tried.
The important thing is that you tried. Yes. You can donate to our Patreon. That'd be great. $1 a month, or that'd be great. Yeah, sure.
$1 a month, $100 a month. There.
Yeah. We will eventually we'll be done with this LP, and if anyone out there wants to, like, take the sort of $100 a month throne, so to speak, you know, you can go fight for that. You know, that's all right. A little blood sport didn't hurt anybody. Maybe the person that loses. So actually, maybe 50%.
If you watch
50%
Bloodsport,
of the people.
If you watch Bloodsport starring Jean-Claude Van Damme, several people did die when they fought the burly Asian dude.
So you got a good 50% chance, I think. Some sort of Bloodsport like bloodbath at Patreon. Yeah,
I think we both lost the plot there. I think.
Yep, I lost the plot. Man, it's like the ending of Star Ocean 3.
Screw that game. Seriously.
Angry rant.
We must kill God, who is not God, who is the player, who is God, and we must kill the God. We're in a video game. We're on a spaceship Earth.
Oh God! Oh no! This plot twist is so bad it's going to ruin the previous and future games.
No, Star Ocean 2 is still fantastic. Okay.
But hey, it was just a video game. They were just
Screw
playing
you.
inside the video
Screw
game.
you.
Right?